injections. We then look at the, how would you classify them? Sort of biological products that we'd use in joints. So they fall into a couple of different categories. We have got the IRAP. IRAP is a blood product. So we'll take the sample of about 60 mils of blood from your horse, put them in these special syringes. They're all sterile, so I can't open them for you, unfortunately. And we'll then incubate it for 24 hours, and then we'll separate off the red cells and left with the serum. Serum will be then separated out into 4 mil doses, which then we'll inject back into the horse once a week for 4 weeks. Really good for high motion joints, fetlocks, coffin joints. Really good product. So people often ask me that obviously cost versus cortisone. This is a lot more expensive. This isn't ideal for a young horse, to be honest. You're looking at a regenerative response and you're thinking long term. So ideal candidate is a 5-6 year old that's starting to have fetlock issues. You've got minor change on x-ray, so not a lot of bony change, and you're starting to think of the future. You think the horse got a lot of talent, it's going to be with you a long time, or you love the horse and it's going to be with you a long time anyway, and it's going to do the job you want, then this is probably the product to consider. Once a week for 3 weeks. Risk of infection after using this is actually lower than cortisone because it doesn't affect the integrity of the joint. So really handy product to have on hand. We've used it quite a lot. One of the first clinics in Australia to use it many years ago. So we've done probably over 1,000 horses, and we really are comfortable with where it sits. Another use of it that we would use sometimes in racing, or any horse really, after arthroscopy. So if you remove a fragment from a joint, so a horse chips a fetlock joint or chips a knee, this here's great post-surgery. So once a week for 3 weeks, starting about 3 weeks post-surgery. Just has an anti-inflammatory effect, encourages healing within the joint. Our results in racing are fabulous with this product. It really is. So IRAP, remember it. We may not recommend it all the time, and it's more on a case-by-case basis depending on what we've got. Also quite useful in some horses that stop responding to cortisone, but we've definitely localized the lameness of the joint, so it's had cortisone, local anesthetic put in the joint, that don't respond. Sometimes they'll actually jump at the ground with this stuff. Why? Probably not really sure. So good product. Remember it, IRAP, people talk about it a lot. Then we go into PRP systems. Again, it's a sterile syringe. PRP is a bit different, so you're looking for platelet rich plasma. It's an instantaneous result. We centrifuge it on site and we inject it back into your horse's joint. Often we'll get 1 or 2 joints per collection. Cheaper than your IRAP. So when would I use it? To be honest, warm bloods, slightly overweight warm bloods that have maybe been diagnosed with Cushing's, I would really be loath to put cortisone into their joints. It can have an effect, the laminitis effect. So this here would be a product I'd use all the time for these. Really good results, really happy with the results. Probably not as long in action as cortisone, but you're not having detrimental effect. No swab time, only swab time is the sedative that I might use before I inject your horse. So really useful, response about 5 to 7 days. Good product, really like it, and it is good. So then we're heading into some of the newer products. I've had a couple of people ask me about this. We have been involved in the trial of this product called Arthramid. It's a gel product, you inject it into the joints, and we've been using it in racing. Again, quite a good product. Not a lot of negative. It has a place in veterinary practice, and I think again, low-grade horses early on that you're starting to get some changes might be the way forward, and again, equally horses that don't respond that well to cortisone. So some horses after cortisone injections can get a bit flat and a bit depressed, so this is another product. Probably sits price range in between PRP and IRAP, and you can repeat it. No swab time, but it takes 4 or 5 weeks to work. So I think it's possibly might use it if you're going to inject a horse and you think a horse is starting to get a bit of changes in its joints, and give it a spell. I think that's where it really sits. So as you can see, we've got a lot of joint products. Happy to discuss when you've got a lameness issue, what options are available to you. I think it depends on the case-by-case basis and what the intended use of the horse, where we might use a different product. So Any questions about them, please give me a ring. I'll try and video the next time we do an IRAP or a PRP so you can see the process. It's a relatively simple process, so goes from there. All right, catch up soon. Bye.